So who would like to go next? We already heard Christina and Sanshiro. Ansis, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So, I will talk about the problem, as I see it, of repressive Stalinism regulation, criminal regulations of more or less Stalin time, and I see these regulations. So I see it. I see it Stalinistic because of the way of thinking, and I want to show how it works till now in post-Soviet countries. So after the revolution, Soviet Russia started to change untypically thoroughly their criminal legislation. Maybe because they wanted to show that the system is completely new and all the things are completely new. So, and in the middle of 2022, a new criminal law started was accepted and took in force. But the problem was that maybe it had some progressive things if we compare with Tsarist Russia, criminal regulations of Tsarist Russia. At the same time, this idea that they should fight with all counter-revolutions made it, I could say, dangerous maybe, and not so good from the point of view of human rights. And one of points was collective guilt, when a person who just participates in some events is treated guilty just because he participated, even he personally did nothing bad. So it is inconsistent with a modern understanding of human rights. And it's funny that, for example, now Russian authors, Russian lawyers are writing books, and they are writing that this criminal legislations of the 30s was bloody, and it's like, for example, interests of the state was more important than, for example, lives of citizens, and it is from the point of view of normal modern criminal legislation. It's not. It doesn't fit in it, and even persons who are maybe now in the system, for example, Bastrikin in Russia, are writing that it wasn't good, and it was too repressive. However, I would say that the system isn't changed principally, so it is changed in a cosmetic way, but it is the same system. It is the same way of thinking. Even these authors, these jurists, are declaring that it is changed completely and principally. So here I have a kind of comparison what different criminal laws of different times and different Soviet republics or former Soviet republics had, and it's a very interesting paragraph of criminal law. It's about mass disorders, I think it's know-how of Soviet legislation. Of course, it was in Tsarist Russia, like bunt or something like that, but it was a little bit different, and at least this term, mass disorders, is a Soviet one. And it's very interesting that at the first time they didn't have big penalties. You see, it's like, and minimal, but in practice, of course, they had bigger, but at least theoretically it was possible to get not much years, not like here 6 months just for not taking part, but to be at the place of mass disorders. After that, they started to make it harder and harder. And after creation of Soviet Union, they started also to export this paragraph to criminal laws of Soviet republics in more or less unchanged edition. And in Baltic states, of course, after the occupation, after the World War II, also they were included in criminal laws. And this one is from Soviet Latvia. You see, it's from 2 till 15 years. So 15 is very much. It's like for an assassination. And now we can see a completely new law, criminal law, written in the independent Republic of Latvia. And here we can see that the same paragraph is kept in it. And also it's for participation it's even worse. For participation it's from 8 to 15 years. For organization from 3 to 12. So after the Riga riot of 2009, Parliament understood that now they by this law they should put for many years in prison more than 100 people, and they changed both organizing and participation from 3 to 12, and in case of 3 it's possible to give the conditional. In case of 5 it wasn't. So, but anyway, they didn't. They kept this paragraph. They was able to change the system principally, but they decided to keep it. So here we see Lithuanian law. It's from Soviet time, but changed after. And also it's like years are less, but still the mass disorders paragraph is there. It's until 5 and 6 years, and in Estonia 2 from 2 to 10. No, in Russia, of course, they have, and it has some additional sub-points. And in White Russia they have, of course, and now many of political prisoners in White Russia gotten this paragraph in their cases. So here they see just photos from Riga riot in 2009 and Minsk in 2020. Of course, there are some differences, but still there are many parallels in these events. So my conclusions are that still there is a big dissonance between an intuitive understanding of justice, how people understand it, and formal legislation. I think in all former Soviet republics. And just a note, for example, in other tradition of criminal legislation, Austro-Hungarian former states, former parts of Austro-Hungarian Empire, they don't have such paragraphs for rioting, and everybody is, in case of riot, everybody gets paragraph what he really did. If he broke a window, so okay, he broke a window. It doesn't matter. Did you broke a window during a riot or just during walk by street? Yes, or if you are stealing a bottle from shop, also it doesn't matter. It is during a riot or just a normal situation. In former Soviet republics, it makes like from a small crime, just a fact that it happened during a riot makes it a very strong crime. So it's a difference. The second conclusion is that jurists, lawyers are very inert and conservative. They are not interested in principal changes of legislation. And even a society needs it, they are not going to do it. And parliaments usually are listening, so-called professionals, and don't, deputies are not going against it mostly. And the last conclusion is the differences between so-called progressive and regressive, no, for example, Baltic states in EU and NATO, and regressive like, I don't know, White Russia or some Central Asian states in the meaning of human rights. Post-Soviet states are quantitative, not qualitative. So, for example, no, of course, the quantity of repression, how much people are bring to the court and how many years they got, there is a difference between Latvia and Russia, for example. Yes, in Russia maybe it will be 5 years, in Latvia it will be 1 or 2 years in prison for the same. But it's not qualitative, because normally from the point of view of human rights, a person should not go to the prison for such a thing. But even in Latvia,
Ansis, you have 2 minutes?
yeah, even in Latvia it happens. So thank you very much. Maybe some ideas what to do in such a situation and some questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, I apologize for some technical issues. You know, the sound is, choppy. Read it in the chat. So thank you so much. Perfect timing. Very interesting topic. Thank you a lot.